picture. Yeah, nice. Evening all, and welcome to another one of Nick's great quizzes. I hope you've all got some beer at hand. Thanks to one of my friends and fellow participants, Martin Davis. He's managed to get me a longer lead tonight, so I'm sat further away from my television and not squashed up. What's that? Do I look clearer? That's probably because I'm sat a bit closer to the screen, but never mind. Now, I've been experimenting with a new program this week, which has allowed me to do possibly a music round in future. Unfortunately, we did the Martin Hospice quiz the other night, and the sound was so bad I'd almost given up with any hope of being able to do a live music broadcast. However, after using a different program altogether, whereby I can mix music with the voice directly, the audio stream seems so much better that I thought, well, we'll give it another try. So although I'm not going to try it tonight, I need to do some testing. You will see on my, not on my YouTube channel, there's one that says testing 1, which is just basically playing some music. And I want to, you can play that in your spare time and let me know whether the music comes over crystal clear or whether it's just sounds like it's being played in a dustbin or not. I'd be interested to know. It sounds quite clear as far as I'm concerned, but I can't tell until obviously a few people have given me some feedback on it. Right then, everybody's beginning to get signed in now, and we shall be, we're starting in about, 13 minutes time, 12 minutes time, something like that. Right, just so you know, I've been summing some of the scores over the last few weeks. It's a bit complicated because people have either played on their own or part of a team. Some people have changed halfway through, if that makes any sense. So it's very difficult to kind of keep track of everybody's scores. But just to give you some idea, whatever, in the last few weeks, the last 4 weeks especially, sorry, the last 2 weeks, we've been doing 6 rounds, which basically gives a total of 60 possible points. And we have a couple of teams. We've got Gray's Opticians from last week, where they've only done the Sunday quizzes. They've actually averaged 57 out of 60, along with the Quizzy Rascals, who are also on 57. And then there are a number of others, all in the 50s. So any team, basically, we've got Andy Hawkins on 56, Anthony Ridgway, 55, Don Quixote on 55, Pipeline and Ghost Dance, who won last Wednesday, I think, on 55. The Famous Five are on 55. Keith Abbott and gang are on 54. Chris Gallagher and the gang are on 54. Michelle Gibbons at the moment's on 54. Kevin Kin and Rugby Rotary Club are on 54, and so on and so forth. I'm sorry if I haven't called everybody's names out. As I said, it's very difficult because we get different people playing it during the week. So they're just a taster. But there's quite a lot of teams. Basically, I think we've got 20 teams, all of which are averaging 50 points plus. Out of 60, I think that's pretty good. So basically, you need to see whether you can keep up with your own particular scores, if that makes any sense. I know it's not easy if you don't know what the hell they are, but never mind. Anyway, I can, if anybody particularly wants to know what they're averaging, just let me know and we'll go further. Right, we've got, who's on tonight? We've got Sarah's just logged in from Gloucestershire. Hi, Eve. Why do I always say Gloucestershire, Sarah? It's Worcestershire, of course. Well, sounds the same, but it's on the same river. It's just in a different place, but never mind. We've got Ruth just signed in, Ruth Foster, Mike Yates. Evening, Mike. Nice to see you. Tracy and the gang are here in their team Squeaky Pod. Faye's here. Nice to see you, Faye. Yeah, all right. Was it Worcestershire? No, Gloucestershire. Never mind, whatever. Lydia, she's sitting over there doing the scoring for me, and she's also, well, not doing the scoring. She's actually putting all the questions up through the quiz. Right, round number 1 tonight is entitled Sunday the 3rd. That's SUNDAY 03 RD, which is 10 answers, all starting with those letters and numbers. So that's SUNDAY 03 RD, Sunday the 3rd. So nice easy one to get you going tonight. That'll be round 1. what else have I got for you tonight? Some interesting quiz rounds. Have a look. Sorry if I'm mumbling. My wife says I'm mumbling, but then she's listening to me through two things. She's listening to me mumbling into my computer, and she's also listening to me on her laptop device, which probably makes it very difficult, but never mind. Round number 2 is a rhyming syllable numbers. That's an interesting round where all the answers contain a number between 1 and 10. They're not repeated, so there will be something that rhymes with 3, something that rhymes with 5. And if it doesn't rhyme, it's part of the answer. All right, you'll get the idea when we get there. So yes, Great White, we welcome you from Canada. I hope all is well over there. I trust it's probably mid-afternoon still, but it's Sunday afternoon, so you've probably had your lunch. So Great White, Sunday the 3rd. Yes, that's right. You've got to put a 03 in there. Great White, so it's SUNDAY 03RD. That gives you 10 answers. Well, it should give you 10 answers if you can answer them all. That's pretty straightforward. Welcome, Graham and the gang. Graham Gifford and the gang from Cambridge. We've got Dave Farmer and the Farmer boys. Are you on your own, Dave and Kate, or have you got the family with you tonight helping you with the quiz? Not that you need any help, but you might have them around there helping you. Chris Meads has just signed in. One of the winners from last Wednesday night. Well, that was very close Wednesday night. Only half a point separated the top 2 teams. In fact, the top 20 teams, there was only about 6 points between the lot of you. So thanks everybody for signing in on Wednesday night. Right, round number 3 tonight, if you're still listening to my drivel. Round number 3 tonight basically is entitled a mystery letter round, where all the answers in the mystery letter round start with the same letter. The mystery of it is I don't tell you what that letter is, of course. So you have to work that out. So if you find the first 1 or 2 quite tricky, you will understand that it gets a lot easier once you've worked out what the letter is. Then you can go back to number 1 and 2 and think, oh yes, I know what that is after all. Right, we've got the Foreskins have just joined us. Welcome, Foreskins. Footy Foxy 86, nice to see you. Charlotte and Matt have signed in. Dave Farm, no, we're helping them. Right, so the Farmers are a family group. Nice to see you. Jackie Skip, evening. How are you? Anthony Ridgway, Paul, Anthony and Trish have signed in. Anthony Ridgway was up there last week. He's got an average score of 55, but he's only actually done 1 quiz at the moment. So whether he can keep it there is a different matter. I know he's. Oh, we got the crop sprayers have just joined us. So welcome the crop sprayers and hope a good result from you. Tom Hughes with Pick and Mix have turned up. Nice to see Pick and Mix. It's great to see you. We got Alison, Charles and Edwards signing in from Thurliston. Welcome to you. Nice to see you this evening. And let's hope that you can do well and find it relatively straightforward. For all those that you don't know and find it tricky to use technology, I know it's not easy at the best of time. It's possibly easiest if you're going to do the quizzes on a regular basis. It's easier to subscribe basically to my YouTube channel, which just spells out the word Pewhy, P-U-G-H-Y, 1957, surprisingly, the year I was born. So you might be able to work out how old I am, unfortunately, but never mind. So Pewhy, 1957. If you just subscribe, there's a little button, and you'll find that you then get reminders, and well, it's just reminders about the quizzes on a Wednesday and a Sunday evening. Right, Roy Job. What is the mystery letter beginning with? B, question mark. Okay, Roy, I'll let you in on the secret. It's B. To be or not to be, we'll see. Oh, Gray's Opticians. And now, Gray's Opticians, the Hawkins family signing in. They have a lot to live up to because at the moment they are equal top of the leaderboard. They are only playing Sundays, which probably distorts the figures slightly. So let's see whether they can keep with their average of 57 out of 60. Mark Ganderton's checked in now from Norwich. Nice to see you, Mark. Welcome. Hope it's all well with you. Got Alex Brown, Ian Miller, me, Mum, Dad are all doing it tonight. Excellent. Adam Foster. We've got Spoon and Fish ready to rock. Fantastic. And Jill Pugh, hi Steve. Jill from Cambridge, great to see you taking part tonight. Let's see whether you can beat your brother if he's here tonight. I don't know whether Greg signed in yet, but we'll see. Right, we've got a few minutes to go, 5 minutes to go. Make sure you've got your peanuts, your beer all ready to go. First round tonight, as I've mentioned earlier, if you write the word Sunday, S-U-N-D-A-Y, followed by the numbers 0, 3, followed by the numbers RD, Sunday the 3rd, that should give you 10 answers starting with those letters or numbers. Quiz will start in 4 minutes time. Jill Pugh, yeah, oh, blimey, we've got Jill Pugh signed in now. So we've got 2 Pugh teams, one from Cambridge, one from Rugby. Tel Gray's signed in, nice to see you, Tel. So we've got our Southern Coast from Brighton, great to see you, Tel. I don't know whether you're doing the quiz with Mick and Bev, but you'll probably do it on your own from there. We've got Ian Barker logged in. Evening, Ian. How's things with you? Are you and Ian, you and Emma doing it from Coventry, or are you in Rugby at the moment? I don't know. Oh, is he? Right, oh, you're doing it with... Right, okay, that's fair enough. Chris Pickard's just logged in. Nice to see you, Chris. Now need to sort some beer out. We'll get it sorted out because we've got 4 minutes. Thankfully, I've already got mine. Nice pint of Atomic Lockdown in my trusty Cambridge Beer Festival glass. I don't think I should run out of beer tonight. I was... what's that? We've got JVH 2008 grabbing a Bush Light in America. Nice to see you. Are you going to take part in the quiz tonight? I trust you are. We'll see how you fare. We've got so we've got people from around the world. We've got the Canadians with us. We've got people from Cambridge with us, if that is the other side of the world. And we've got our friends from America as well. We've got all the farmers here now. So Brian Farmers, old and new, a lot of them. Evening, Leslie. Larry Barrett's just signed in. So we've now got 90 people signed in, ready to go for the quiz. That's 90 teams, 91. We keep on going up. I think last week we had 101 taking part in the quiz during the evening. It's getting quite popular now. As I said, do feel free to just subscribe to the channel. It's easier because you will get reminders. It saves me having to... what's that? Tina's family are joining us from Leicester, Martin Davis. Well, that's the thing. You get some friends to join you because you don't have to... If you're clever and you've got 2 or 3 other devices, you can actually be speaking to other people whilst doing the quiz with everybody else. Remember, this is just for a bit of fun. I hope you've all had a good day today. The weather's not been brilliant, but it's been okay. I didn't do much today, other than help my wife cook the dinner. Well, she'd say she cooked it, actually. What? She just said, really? Well, I ate it anyway. I helped her eat it, that's for sure. And very nice it was. Peroni and salted caramel Twix tonight. That sounds lovely. I haven't got any chocolate actually, but never mind. I've got a few peanuts to hand tonight, although prior to me coming on air, I nearly choked to death a minute ago. But never mind, I'm feeling a lot better now. I had a choking fit for about 4 minutes. I think a peanut went down into my left lung, but suddenly I dislodged it with a smack on the chest and it came back out again. So I'm all right. Right, we've got 1 minute to go and we will crack on with the quiz. So round number 1 tonight, as I'd mentioned before, is entitled Sunday 03 RD. So just write down the numbers and letters SUNDAY 03 RD, top to bottom, and we'll see who can get a nice 10 out of 10 in the first round. Right, minute to go. I trust everybody's just about logged in now that's going to log in. We may have 1 or 2 joining the quiz in the next minute. Do make sure you got your beer to hand. The rounds normally last about 5 to 10 minutes, well, about 10 minutes a round. And after each round, I will do some marking. Hello, Chilly Willy, nice to see you. How are you tonight? All right? Are you doing the quiz on your own? Have you got a bit of a team with you tonight, Chilly? Anyway, all the Quizzy Rascals are logged in. Love to see you. I thought they might be back in, see whether they can hold on to their virtual top spot alongside with the Greys Opticians. 57 points averaging at the moment, which is a great score. Right then, it is now 2015 according to my clock, so let us get going. I have Joe helping. Right. Well, good on sport then, you two. Here we go then. Round number one. Remember, the first answer has got to start with the letter S. Got to start with the letter S. So question number one, nice easy one to get you going. Also known as the shoulder blade, what is the anatomical name for the bone that connects the humerus with the clavicle? So also known as the shoulder blade, what is the anatomical name for the bone that connects the humerus with the clavicle? I've missed the thought out in that one, first question. Thomas Crunigan, nice to see you subscribed. That's the way forward. Gets easier after that. Right, do remember that one's got to start with the letter S. Anybody wants to put any chat on as we're going through, feel free. If you think any of the questions are rubbish, you can always rate them 1 out of 10, you know. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you think it's rubbish. Right, number two. There's not many answers to this one because it's got to start with the letter U. What is the... right. Yeah, I'll read the question first, and then I might be able to spell it, say it for you. What is the same name that was given to an object in the night sky, originally discovered by William Herschel, and named Georgium Sidis in honour of King George III in 1793? I haven't said that right at all. What is it? What the same is, never mind, I'll leave that out. Right. I'll say that again. I hadn't worded that one very well, but never mind. Question two again. What is the name that was given to an object in the night sky, originally discovered by William Herschel and named Georgium Sidis in honour of King George III in 1793? Don't think too hard. Starts with the letter U. If it's any help, they later found some rings around it. That's that me being rude, sorry. Question number three. At the final whistle of the 1966 World Cup final, who did a spontaneous jig with the Jules Rimet trophy in his left hand while holding his false teeth in the other? And obviously I need his first name for that, although I will take his nickname. So at the final whistle of the 1966 World Cup final, who did a spontaneous jig with the Jules Rimet trophy in his left hand whilst holding his false teeth in the other? And he played the full match with his false teeth, apparently. Right, question number four, another sporty question. Well, some people might think it's sports, going back a bit. Question four again, 2-word answer this. I need his first name. Who was a British sports commentator and TV presenter who worked for the BBC for 46 years? He covered 11 Summer Olympic Games from 1960 to 2006 Football World Cup finals. So question four again, it's a 2-word answer. Obviously the first letter of his first name is what I'm after. Who was a British sports commentator and TV presenter who worked for the BBC for 46 years? He covered 11 Summer Olympic Games from 1960 to 2006 FIFA World Cups. Right then, for all those that haven't understood the rules, you should have your answers should basically start with an S, a U, an N, and a D. And question number 5 should start with the letter A. So let me just have a swig of beer and I'll let you know what it is. Question number 5. Stand and Deliver is a song by which English new wave band? It was released as the lead single from their 3rd studio album, Prince Charming, back in 1981. So Stand and Deliver is a song by which English new wave band? It was released as the lead single from their third studio album, Prince Charming, back in 1981. Question number 6 couldn't get any easier. I'm sure my relation Carol will get this one straight away. Question number 6. Which chocolate bar was launched in 1978 by a long-distance lorry driver called Martin Fisk? So which chocolate bar was launched in 1978 by a long-distance lorry driver called Martin Fisk? Come on, dead easy that one. Remember, it's got to start with the letter Y. Right then, question number 7 has got to start with a 0. Pretty straightforward, this one. Question number 7. If dialing from abroad, what is the 4-digit international dialing code for the United Kingdom? Come on, dead easy that one. If dialing from abroad, what is the 4-digit international dialing code for the United Kingdom? Did you? Blimey, Carol. I knew him personally. How personal was that, Carol? Was that up close and personal? Nice to see you, Sea Stars. Just to subscribe to my channel. Lovely to see you. I hope you enjoyed the quiz tonight. Let's see how we go. Right then, question number 8. Also a bawdy song sung by Allied soldiers in North Africa during the Second World War. Dirty Gertie refers to which number in bingo rhyming slang? I've given you one number, you've just got to fill in the blank. So also a bawdy song sung by Allied soldiers in North Africa during the Second World War. Dirty Gertie refers to which number in bingo rhyming slang? Question number 9 just needs a little bit of thought. Lateral thinking will work this one out for you. You can all get it. If you think what the question's about, it will help an awful lot. So question number 9. The UK's Dyslexia Research Trust is based in which aptly named large historic market town? You've got a letter. It's the letter R, so try and make that pay. So the UK's Dyslexia Research Trust is based in which aptly named large historic market town? Nice one, Keith. Starting with a 0, how many Premier League titles have Liverpool won? Oh dear. Oh dear, they're going to be given one soon. And finally, question number 10, when you thought it couldn't get any easier. Question number 10, remember this has got to start with a D. D for Durham or something like that. What breed of dog is Pongo, the male protagonist of a 1961 Disney animated feature film? So what breed of dog is Pongo, the male protagonist of a 1961 Disney animated feature film? Now, they're really easy, weren't they? Come on, you've got 10 dead simple questions there. So I'll give you a minute to just get your answers. Oh, sorry, reach for my phone, just so I can time a minute correctly. And then we will do some marking with the first round. So do feel free to speak to your team members. And if there's any arguments, obviously there's got to be some kind of team leader that will put the correct answer down for you. And it's no good in quizzes. I know what it's like. I said that. No, you didn't. Yes, you did. Everybody likes a good argument at a quiz. You know, there's nothing better, to be quite honest. Many times me and Ange, me and the wife have got home from a quiz and said, damn, I knew that one. Why didn't you say that then? Oh dear, and then we get into an argument about it for no good reason. But never mind. Well, we don't normally, but right then, let's see where we are. Come on, another few seconds. We did all understand that round, starting with an SUNDAY03RD. More Disney questions. All right, Carol, we'll see whether I can throw a few more Disney questions in. Lydia did say to me today, Carol was after a few more animated things about animations, really. And right, here we go. Yeah, I'll just straighten my hair. Question number 1, also known as the shoulder blade. I was after the scapula, that bone. Number 2, known as Georgium sidis to start with, before it was renamed Uranus or Uranus. And it was later discovered that there were some rings around Uranus. But never mind, we didn't know that to start with. Question number 3, the final whistle. It was Nobby Styles or Norbert Styles that was dancing around with a Jules remade trophy in his left hand. Number 4, of course, it was David Coleman, that long-time TV presenter of sports. Number 5, Stand and Deliver, was a song sung by the English new wave band Adam and the Ants. Well done if you got that. Number 6, Martin Fisk, of course, advertised Yorkie bars, that chocolate bar from 1978. Number 7, if you dial the UK from anywhere in the world, it should start 0044. 0044 is what I was after. Number 8, Dirty Gertie, of course, is number 30. Number 30. Number 9, the UK's Dyslexia Research Trust is based in Reading, which spells out reading, of course. So well done if you worked that one out, Reading. And finally, number 10, feature film I was after, the breed of dog after, sorry, was a Dalmatian, as in 101 Dalmatians. So Pongo was a Dalmatian. Right then, let's have some scores in, see how you've all fared. Chilly Willy with a 10, Stuart Colwell with a 10. You can all see these as they flash up. Home Alone 6 on 10. We've got Farmer's got 10. Tell Gray with a 9. Keith Abbas with a 10, just. Anton Ridgway with a 9. Sorry, John is too distracted by your shirt. What's the pattern? Well, it's lemons tonight. I have worn my lemon shirt tonight before. When I came over and showed it to my daughter, she thought it was pineapples, but it was in fact lemons. So we've got, Mark Evans on 7, Scott Rose on 10, Martin Davis 9, Sarah's on 9, Chris Beeks on 10, Helen Valentine on 10, Frames 5 on 10, Joel Hughes on 7, Foreskins on 10, Lou Foster on 10, Great White on 10, Nicky Bowers on 8, we've got Ian Sherritt on 10, we've got Booby Prize Girls on 9, Tom Hadley on 10, Mike Yates on 10, Chris Meads on 10, Graham Gifford on 10, Jill Pugh on 10, Alex, we're doing ever so well here. Look at all these 10s and 9s. Yes, there's 1 or 2 miserables, but there we have it. A miserable 7 from Leslie, but unfortunately, not everybody can be getting 10 out of 10 on every round. Never mind, Leslie, and those that have possibly got a 7, let's see whether you can score better on round number 2. Now, this is a tricky round. Well, it's not a tricky round, but you just got to think laterally on this round. Basically, I've put it down as numbers 1 to 10. So in every answer somewhere, there is a number. They don't repeat themselves. So we have them as in a word. So you'll find a number buried in the word somewhere. Like, for instance, the program on television, Tenable, would have the number 10 in it. You get the idea. So when you come up with your answer, it has got to have a number buried in it somewhere, or it's got to rhyme, with a number. So for instance, number 3 might rhyme with a tree. You get the idea? 3, 3. No, not necessarily got the number in it. It could rhyme with it, or it could have the number in it, all right? No, it's not. They're not repeated. So basically, once you've got a few down, you'll see if you've got any missing. You'll get the idea. After question number 1, remember, we're just looking for a number that might rhyme with the answer to this one. I'll give you that to start with. So the first one's a rhyme. They're not all rhymes, though. Some of them just appear as the number in the answer, right? So question number 1, are we ready to go? Oh, Jen Colson with a 9 and Great White. Yeah, only numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and they're not repeated, okay? So question number 1, what number rhymes with this one? What is a popular, soft cow's milk cheese named after a historic region of northern France? It is pale in colour with a slightly greyish tinge under a rind of white mould. Very popular cheese. I think I bought some from Aldi's only last week. So what is a popular soft cow's milk cheese named after a historic region of northern France? It is pale in colour with a slight greyish tinge under a rind of white mould. Oh, Rugby Rotary Club with a 10. Why are they always last to get your numbers in? Come on, Kevin, you need to get your numbers in faster. We'd logged off before we got your score last week. Right, question number 2. Again, another rhyme this, partial rhyme. Question number 2, the modern Prometheus is the alternative title of which novel written by English author Mary Shelley, which she began in 1816? So the modern Prometheus is the alternative title of which novel written by English author Mary Shelley, which she began in 1816. Remember, we're just looking for the number. I know it's a bit, I have a bit of a warped sense when it comes to some of these rounds. You've really got to try and get your head around what I'm after. But never mind, you'll figure it out. Question number 3. This number actually appears in the answer, straight in the answer. Born 24th of April 1973, who is a former Indian cricketer and captain, regarded as one of the greatest batsmen of all time, and is still the highest run scorer of all time in international cricket. It's a 2-word answer I'm after. So born 24th of April 1973, who is a former Indian cricketer and captain, regarded as one of the greatest batsmen of all time, and is still the highest run scorer of all time in international cricket. Oh yeah, I do want you to put the answer down to the questions and the number I'm referring to, of course, so pretty straightforward. As for all you cricket fans, that should suit Chilly Willy and Keith and Greg and a few other people I know. Question number 4. You might have to giggle at this one. See whether you can get a number out of this. Translated from hieroglyphics, which Egyptian pharaoh of the 18th century's name translated as the living image of Aten? His nearly intact tomb was discovered back in 1922. So translated from hieroglyphics, which Egyptian pharaoh of the 18th dynasty's name translated as the living image of Aten. His nearly intact tomb was discovered back in 1922. So we need that pharaoh's name and the number I'm referring to, which is pretty straightforward as it's in the answer. Question number 5. This will suit Carol, she'll know this one. What is the protagonist Hazel's younger brother's name in the novel Watership Down, which was written in 1972 by author Richard Adams? So what is the protagonist Hazel's younger brother's name in the novel Watership Down, written in 1972 by author Richard Adams? It helps because there's a number in there somewhere. So look for numbers you've got missing now in this round. Anything you've got missing, you might need to fill in with the next few. Question number 6. With the atomic number 78, platinum is a highly unreactive, precious silvery white transition metal, and it's associated with which wedding anniversary? So with the atomic number 78, platinum, a highly unreactive, precious silvery white transition metal, is associated with which wedding anniversary? Somewhere in that answer, There is a number between 1 and 10, of course. Actually, the beer's quite very impressive tonight. Atomic Lockdown, great beer. If you haven't ordered some yet, you ought to try some. I know it's a bit tricky if you live in Cambridge or Canada or the United States, but never mind. If you live in Rugby, it's worth a try. Question number 7. This is tricky, especially if you don't live in Rugby. I can understand you won't get this one, but never mind. Question number 7. Now often used as a wedding venue, what Northamptonshire manor house is situated near Daventry? It was originally built in 1426, and it is now a country house, hotel and spa owned by the Hand Pickled Hotels Group. And it's not far out of Daventry. It's just the other side, near Badby, of all places. So now often used as a wedding venue, what Northamptonshire manor house is situated near Daventry? It was originally built in 1416 and is now a country house, hotel and spa owned by the Hand Pickled Hotels Group, whoever they are. That's a 2-word answer, one of which has got a number in it, albeit an obscure number. Keep going, Squeaky Bob, you'll get the idea. All the answers somehow are related with a number, either through a, they've either got it in the answer somewhere, or they rhyme with a number between 1 and 10, and they don't repeat themselves. So question number 8, this might help you a little bit. Hello, boys. That's a 2-word answer. So although not politically correct today, what item of clothing was advertised by Czech model Eva Herzegovina in 1994 with the tagline, "Hello, boys"? Oh, bother. Sorry, Squeaky Bob. It's okay. We've got the gist. Just the internet. We keep losing you. I'm on my fast broadband connection directly into my router tonight, so it should be okay from my end. Is anybody else really struggling with internet? Are they both struggling? That's a shame. That is a shame. I'm sorry. I'll try and go a little bit slower. I don't know whether that'll help. I don't know what will help. Question number 9. Here we go then. According to tradition, Achilles was dipped into the waters of which river by his mother during his childhood, acquiring invulnerability? It is the same river that forms the boundary between Earth and the underworld. Oh, bother. Oh, dear. Well, it can't be the lead. I've tested the speed of the leads fine. I've actually got a 70 megabyte thing tonight. I don't know whether I could end the stream and restart, but that might be very difficult to do. It's probably best just to hope that it gets a little bit better. JW missed question 8 again. Let's just go back to that. Oh, they're all John. If you look at the live chat on the right hand side that you typed in, you'll find question 8 written there, which makes it a bit easier. Martin Davis has got a steady stream. We've got a bit of lag, but that's fairly straightforward. And a few people are suffering with glitches, which is a shame, but never mind. So question 9 again. According to tradition, Achilles was dipped into the waters of which river by his mother during his childhood? She didn't dip his ankle in. That was the problem. Acquiring invulnerability. It is the same river that forms the boundary between Earth and the underworld. And finally, question number 10. Now, you should have a number missing at this stage, or a couple of numbers missing if you haven't got any answers. Finally, question number 10. What name is given to the upper chamber in which blood enters the heart? There are 2 in the human heart, the left, which receives blood from the lungs, and the right from the venous circulation. So what name is given to the upper chamber in which blood enters the heart? There are 2 in the human heart, the left, which receives blood from the lungs, and the right from the venous circulation. And that should rhyme with a number between 1 and 10. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of people that got a steady feed, or a few people got steady feeds, and others that are got the jitters, which is a shame, but never mind. Right, after that very tricky round, let's just hope we can stay with the quiz. And I mean, if you're really struggling, I'm afraid you're going to have to drop off and try and reconnect or something, see whether that'll make any difference. I don't know. Anyway, suffice to say, we've got 110 people now watching the quiz, which is great, or 110 teams. So it's great to see so many people enjoying the quiz, even if that particular round was particularly tricky. So remember all your answers, double answers. I need to know the answer to the question, and I need to know the number I'm relating to in the answer. If that makes any sense at all. Right then, I'll give you a few seconds, and then we will get swapped with the team nearby. How's everybody managing with lockdown still? I expect half of you are actually at work, and the other half of us are supposed to be distancing and whatever else. There does seem to be more and more people actually out on the roads, out and about, and more people in the supermarkets and things. We went out to Aldi's the other night, and it was actually quite busy in there, and I thought, well, this is not social distancing, so there we have it. Right then, 10 answers to the previous 10 questions, all of which should have something to do with a number. So we started off, that French cheese I was after was, of course, brie, which has got a white mold on the outside, brie. And, of course, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out that was referring to number 3. Number 2, the modern Prometheus is better known as Frankenstein. Stein, of course, rhymes with 9. So Frankenstein with a 9. Number 3, I was after that cricketer. That was tricky. That's Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin Tendulkar. Obviously, the 10's in the answer there. Number 4, translated from the hieroglyphics, it was Tutankhamun. So we've got 2 in there somewhere. Toot, not spelt right, but never mind. Toot, as in Tutankhamun. Yes, I thought that was pretty horrible myself, but never mind. Question number 5, what's the protagonist Hazel's younger brother's name? That was Fiver. He was better known as Fiver. Number 6, for the atomic number 78. Platinum, of course, is your 70th wedding anniversary. So we've got the number 7 in there, 70th. Number 7, that was a tricky one. What I was after was a little place outside Daventry called Forsley Hall. Forsley Hall. It doesn't help if you live in Canada or America, I'm afraid. So sorry about that. Or indeed in Brighton or Gloucester or Norwich. But Forsley Hall is what I was after. Number 8, of course, the thing that was advertised with the tagline "Hello Boys" was the Wonder Bra. So we've got the number 1 in there, Wonder Bra. Number 9, the boundary between Earth and the underworld was, and also the name of that river was the River Styx, which rhymes, of course, with 6. And finally, number 10, that part of the heart I wanted was the atrium. The atrium. So I was after number 8. So well done if you got any of those. I think you'll have done very, very well. Right then, let's have some scores in, see how people have done. If we got any 10 out of 10s on that, they're doing very, very well. I'm expecting a few 5s or 6s maybe, but remember that all the numbers were there. Wow, there we go. We've got a few. Famous 5 with a 10. Antony Ridgway with 19, yes. Let's do have total scores, please. Stick your total scores down. 19, got Scott Sprouse with 18, got Brian Farmer, older than you, with 16. Tim Morgan with 17, the Lewises with 17, Stuart Cole with 18, Robert Griffiths with a 16, Michelle with a 20, Telgrave with a 14, we've got Fish and Chip Gang on a 20, we've got, oh, they're going off the screen now, can't read them fast enough. Don Quixote in with a 20, Nicky Bowers with a 14, Alan Steve Valentine with an 18, some great scores coming in. Jen Coulson with a 14, Mike Yates with a 16, Great White with a 17. Sorry about that one, Great White, you wouldn't have known Forsley Hall. Well, you did live here, though, I think, so maybe you will. Yeah, we've got 20 for the famous 5. So we've got a few teams on 19s and 20s doing really well at this early stage of the quiz. So round number 3, to take us to the halfway stage, we have what is now called the mystery letter round. Let's see whether the Rugby Rotary Club can actually get their score in before everybody else. I might give an extra point for the one that can get their score in first rather than last. Oh, the atrium. Yeah, I know, that was a tricky one. Not the ventricle. I suppose ventricle doesn't really rhyme with everything, does it? Chris Pickard with a 16. We've got Alison, Charles and Edwards on 17 from just outside Rugby. We've got Alex Browns with a 15, Nicky Spoke with a 17. Got the big guns out tonight. Oh, that sounds good. Come on then, Keith. What are we on there? Have I seen, is it a 20 or is it, no, I don't know. Right then. Let us go on with, oh, where's my questions going? Oh, there they are. Right then, round number 3 tonight is a mystery letter round. Now, I don't tell you the letter, so don't go rushing into writing answers down to question 1, 2, or 3 if you don't know them, because it will all become apparent as we go through the round. So all the answers start with the same letter. So here we go then. Question number 1: which US state, nicknamed the Land of Enchantment, has 3.5% of its population speaking Navajo and is the 5th biggest of all the US states? Spanish explorers named the region in 1563, which is a big clue. So which US state, nicknamed the Land of Enchantment, has 3.5% of its population speaking Navajo and is the 5th biggest of all the US states? Spanish explorers named the region in 1563. Oh, Rugby Rotary Club have got their scoring at long last. I'll tell you what, if that come on, Kevin, you can do faster than that. Really slow getting it. Who's your captain? It's down to the captain to get the answers in fast. I know. Must be the adding up slow, but never mind. Question number 2. It's got to start with the same letter as the previous answer. By what acronym is the second largest stock exchange in the world known as? It is American and is second only to the New York Stock Exchange. So by what acronym is the second largest stock exchange in the world known as? It is American and is second only to the New York Stock Exchange. Remember, that's got to start with the same letter as number 2. Question number 3 for all you opera fans. Well, nearly opera anyway. Question number 3 with a 2-word name. Who was the Mikado's son in the Gilbert and Sullivan operetta? So with a 2-word name, who was the Mikado's son in the Gilbert and Sullivan operetta? Just a 2-word answer. Again, it's got to start with the same letter as the previous 2 answers. So what did we all have for dinner today? We had roast chicken, very nice, all is best. One with broccoli, Brussels sprouts, roast parsnip, roast carrot, no, we had mash, roast potato. What else did we have? We had loads. Roast carrots, roast sweet potato, Brussels, broccoli, cauliflower, parsnips. Yeah, we had a lot today, really nice. And some stuffing made by yours truly, you see. You see, I did make something. Right, question number 4. Which gas in group 15 of the periodic table accounts for 78% of the Earth's atmosphere? At room temperature, it is a transparent and odorless. It is transparent. It is transparent. Yeah. It is transparent and odorless. There's an A in there you need to get rid of it. So question 4 again, which gas in group 15 of the periodic table accounts for 78% of the Earth's atmosphere? At room temperature, it is transparent and odorless. Remember, all these answers got to start with the same letter. I'll keep banging on about it until you get it. Question number 5, dead easy this one. Who had a #1 hit on the 2nd of May 1970 with a song entitled Spirit in the Sky? Again, a two-word answer. So who had a #1 hit on the 2nd of May 1970 with a song entitled Spirit in the Sky? Ooh, I'm running out of beer fast. I'll do run off and get some in a second. Question number 6, pretty straightforward. What 4-letter word can precede the word book and go after the words sour and high? So question 6 again. Which 4-letter word can precede the word book and go after the words sour and high? Now do remember, all these answers got to start with the same letter. Roy Job was guessing earlier that it was the letter B. It could be Roy, but I don't think it is somehow. Question number 7, if you haven't already got the mystery letter that I all start with, this may help somewhat. Question number 7, what is the surname of Leonard, the actor who played Star Trek's Mr. Spock? Come on, that's not very hard. So what is the surname of Leonard, the actor who played Star Trek's Mr. Spock? Dead easy, surely. Dead easy, that one. Right then, question number 8. Again, starting with the same letter as previous answers. What comes next in the sequence? Pall Mall, Electricity Company, Whitehall, and then what? So what comes next in this sequence? Pall Mall, Electricity Company, and Whitehall. That is a two-word answer, of course. Well, it's been a great turnout tonight. Regularly, I had more than 110 people taking part in the quiz tonight, or teams, because a lot of teams of 5 and 6 out there. So question number 9, what is the surname of the actor who played Lieutenant Frank Drebin in the Naked Gun films? So what is the surname of the actor who played Lieutenant Frank Drebin in the Naked Gun films? If you haven't got it so far, all these answers have got to start with the same letter. And finally, question number 10, nice easy one to finish off. What is a British multinational clothing, footwear and home products retailer which are headquartered in Enderby in Leicestershire? So what is a British multinational clothing, footwear and home products retailer which are headquartered in Enderby, Leicestershire? I'm sure my wife's got some shares in this company somewhere. Well, she hasn't really, but I thought she had. The amount she used to spend there. Right then, I'll just give you a minute to get those answers down to that previous. I'll just get my young quiz master to go and get me some more beer. Oh, she's going to the loo. Oh well. Enough said. Where's the beer, Ange? Don't want to leap up a little bit of beer, do you? Right, let me give you a minute just to get those down. Thought they'd be too easy. I can't believe all the teams are on 10 out of 10 already. Surely not. We haven't had a full score yet, 60 out of 60. I'd like to catch somebody out with something, especially in the last round, if nothing else. But I trust everybody's keeping up. I'll just explain round number 4 tonight. Oh, what's that? Oh, you'll love that. A rhyming last syllable round. Oh, yes, you'll like that one. Right then, let me just go over some answers to round number 3, the mystery letter round. Right, here we go then. Which US state is nicknamed the Land of Enchantment? Well, it's known as New Mexico. Number 2, by what acronym is the second largest stock exchange in the world known as? That's known as the NASDAQ. That's NASDAQ, the NASDAQ. Number 3, The Mikado's son was known as Nanki Poo. Nanki Poo. Not Nicky Poo, Nanki Poo. Number 4, it's nitrogen that makes up 78% of the Earth's atmosphere. Thanks, Liz. Number 5, Spirit in the Sky was a #1 song for Norman Greenbaum. Number 6, the 4-letter word that can precede the word book and go after words sour and high is note. A sour note, a high note, or note book, of course. Number 7, the surname of Leonard, it's Leonard Nimoy. Leonard Nimoy. Number 8, I was after Northumberland Avenue, that property on the Monopoly board. Number 9, Frank Drebin was played by, well, his surname was Nielsen, Leslie Nielsen, of course. And finally, number 10, if I can find it, of course, was the clothing company and footwear company and home products retailer Next. I'm sure you all would have got Next. So well done if you got a 10 out of 10 on that round, with a couple of tricky ones there, but not too much. Also meaning 0, what word represents the number of Premier League titles? Not another go at Liverpool, surely. Right, we've got the famous 5 on 29. We've got Jackie Skip on 21.5. Dave Perry, 28. Very good. Chris Beat, 27. Don Cusato, Anna Clear, 30. Keith Abbas and the gang on 29. Stuart Colwell, 27. Carol Jackson, Home Alone on 6. 6 of them on 29. We've got the Grays on 29. We've got Chilly Willy on 28. Joan, 27. We've got, oh God, it's going off the page again. Sorry. Come back. Sorry, it's going a bit too quick. So we've got, the Foreskins are on 20, the Croc Sprayers 27, Donna Brown, me and Matt on 28, very good indeed. Michelle on 28 points. We've got the Foreskins on 26, Sarah and the gang on 26, Graham Gifford from Cambridge on 26, Andrew Lewis on 25, Amber Parker 23, Roger Griffiths 22, Nicky Bowers 22, Martin Davis 27. Is he beating Andrew Lewis? That's the thing. Brian Farmer and the old and new on 24, Jill Pugh on 28, very good score. Helen and Steve Valentine, 24. We've got, oh, bother, just went off the page again. We got John W. on 21. Well done, John. Tim Morgan, 25. Jill Pugh on 26. Footy Fox on 19. We've got Leslie Barrett, 26. Telgray's on 19. Ben Idu, 27. Nice to see you, Claire. Ian Miller, 22. Jen Colson on 20. And the gang from Lincoln. We've got Pick a Mix on 26. Nicky Spode, you got more than 7, I know you have. Mike Yates on 25, Tom Haley on 27, Alex Brown and the gang 21. We've got Squeaky Bob on 25, Quizzy Rascals on 26. We've got Chris Pickard 25, Bing Crabby on 28. We've got Great Whites, our friends from Toronto on 25. Nicky Spode, that's better, 25 points. Now then, how long is it before the Rugby Rotary Club will get their score in? Tell you what, if they can't get their score in before the last person to put their score in, I'm going to dock them a point for being slow. There's nothing like slow people, is there, when you're trying to get on with. Yeah, of course, they do have to keep zooming in and out. They probably lost their Zoom channel, which doesn't help. Problem with Zoom, unless you've got a registered copy, you get kicked off after 40 minutes. And YouTube will probably kick me off after 40 minutes once they've seen the content of my quiz, but never mind. Right then, here we go. Are we all eyes down looking for round number 4, where the last syllable rhymes? It's called a rhyming last syllable round, where all the answers, you take the last syllable of every answer and it rhymes with the other answers. So all the answers rhyme in a kind of roundabout way. Get the idea? I know Martin Davis of the Weak Links that used to come into the Victoria Inn a long time ago. I know, I've forgotten what it's like being in a pub on a Sunday night, but never mind. Eventually, we got the Rugby Rotary Club up with 30 points. Very good. So we've got 2 teams at the moment on 30 points, 3 teams on 30 points. Right then, here we go then. Question number 1. What is a game in which players hit a wooden ball through a series of hoops? The winner is the first to traverse all hoops and hit a peg. That's an easy one for you, isn't it? So what is a game in which players hit a wooden ball through a series of hoops? The winner is the first to traverse all the hoops and hit a peg. Oh, not a buddy. I don't know. Yeah, it goes back a little while. Question number 2. Remember, it's got to rhyme with the last syllable of question number 1. What name is given to a low, heavy, horse-drawn cart without sides, which was used for haulage, especially of beer? So what name is given to a low, heavy, horse-drawn cart without sides, which was used for the haulage, especially of beer? What I think. Want me to remove? Right. Sorry, team unknown are unknown. I don't want them putting the answers down, do we? They take part properly on what I do. Right then, where am I? Sorry. Question number 3. What name is given to a vehicle mounted on runners and pulled by horses or dogs for transportation over snow? So what name is given to a vehicle mounted on runners and pulled by horses or dogs for transportation over snow? Remember, all these answers have got to rhyme. They've all got to rhyme with each other. Well, the last syllable has to rhyme anyway. Yeah, I've just taken Team Unknown off. They started posting some crop by the looks of things. I can't spell, but never mind. Question number 4. What name is given to a small hairpiece that is designed to cover partial baldness? So what name is given to a small hairpiece that is designed to cover partial baldness? I'm snacking on some standard salted peanuts tonight, Carol, just for your information. You can see, oh, there they are. We haven't had any tea, so no, I haven't had my hair cut, Mark. Why? Did he put something down? I haven't seen it. Oh, nobody's cut my hair. That's just the way I'm going, Mark. It's bald. I'll have to have one of those to make up for it soon. You wait and see. I'll see whether I can get one just like yours. Sorry, I'm being rude again. So question number 5. What is the name given to a popular music originated in the West Indies, which consisted of repetitive bass riffs and regular chords played in an offbeat by a guitar? So what is the name of a popular music originating in the West Indies, which consists of repetitive bass riffs and regular chords played in an offbeat by a guitar? Aha! Now that is one of my prized possessions, that painting. Hang on, there you go. That is called, I think it's called Aaron at Night or something. Can't buy that in the UK. Well, not that size anyway. We have to have them brought in from America. Of all the places, but never mind. Yeah, it's Scott Naismith, that's where it is. Well done, anybody that recognised that one. Yeah, Sunset on Aaron, that's right. Just for your information. Right then, question number 6. Oh, what name is given to a flower arrangement consisting of a circular band of flowers for ornamental purposes? It's often given as a sign of friendship in the Pacific Islands. It's a very short word. So what name is given to a flower arrangement consisting of a circular band of flowers for ornamental purposes? It is often given as a sign of friendship in Pacific Islands. Question number 7 just needs a bit more lateral thinking. Number 7. What is the common name, or the more common name, for the book which is also known as the Book of Winchester? It can now be found at the National Archives at Kew. Haha, good. Nicely, Great White. Good taste in paintings, obviously. So question number 7. What is the more common name for the book, also known as the Book of Winchester? It can now be found at the National Archives at Kew. That was a bit of a tricky one, but you might be able to work that one out. Do you remember all these rhyme in some way or another? At least the last syllable rhymes anyway. Question number 8. Samstag is the German name for which day of the week? Samstag is the German name for which day of the week? That was question number 8. Question number 9 for all you ornithologists. Come on, Paul, Trish, you'll know this one straight away. What name is given to several species of medium-sized, usually quite colourful and noisy birds in the crow family? They are closely related to magpies. Think of that last syllable, it's got to rhyme. So what name is given to several species of medium-sized, usually quite colourful and noisy birds in the crow family? They are closely related to magpies. They are a beautiful bird, actually. And finally, question 10 in this tricky rhyming last syllable round. With a population approaching 750,000 people, Oslo is the capital of which Scandinavian country? So I'm dead easy that one. So with a population approaching even 750,000 people, Oslo is the capital of which Scandinavian country? Does that rhyme, Chili? Corvids, yes, the family of crows, the corvids. It's also a constellation in the sky, Corvus the crow. Not many people know that. I'm sure a few do. Right, give me a minute to chew over those ones, so to speak, and we will see how you're faring after those rounds. How's the stream? Have we lost anybody, or is everybody hanging in there okay? I think most people, it looks like it's settled down when I was, or is everybody still moaning and groaning? It's a shame when the stream's not very good. At least it's not like the first week that I did this and we had a power cut halfway through. That was a complete disaster. You don't expect a power cut in rugby of all places, but never mind. Good stream now, dude. Thanks, Nikki. That's what I like to see. I don't know whether it's improved for any good reason, but never mind. Now, for all you that have perhaps not played before, do feel free if you want to do the quiz again. We do a quiz, or I do a quiz every Sunday night and every Wednesday evening, same time, 8 for 8:15. It's easiest probably to just be subscribed to my channel, and you can go straight to YouTube and just click straight on your subscribe channels, and you will unfortunately come up with me. Right then, let's quickly go through the answers to the previous round. We started off with that game in which players hit wooden balls through a series of hoops. Well, in my case, I've got a very nice set. Unfortunately, it uses plastic balls, but never mind. Never the same, is it? All this plastic about on the planet. Now, of course, it's croquet. Number 2 is a dray. That nearly rhymes. The last syllable does anyway. Number 3 is a sleigh, of course, that transport across snow. Number 4 is a toupee that some people need. Don't think I need one yet, although it is getting a bit thin. Number 5 was reggae, of course, that style of music. Number 6 is known as a lei, those flowers that you get hung around your neck when you arrive at the airport in Hawaii, for instance. Number 7, that book I wanted was called Doomsday. That was a tricky one. The Book of Winchester is known as the Doomsday Book, which is now in the National Archives at Kew. Number 8, Samstag, of course, is Saturday. Number 9, the colourful, noisy birds of the crow family is known as the jay. And finally, number 10, I was after Norway. So well done if you got those. Right, let's see how you fared. If you want to just sum your answers up, I need your total scores, not the scores for that round, total scores. Let's see whether we got any 40s. So Lydia's put the answers down for you. Very good, Owen. That's what I like to see. So we've got Home Alone 6, captained by Carol Jackson on 39. We've got Chilly Willy on 38. We've got Sarah on 36. Graham Gifford on 36. Harry Cage 37. John O'Rourke, Frames 5, 39. Tal Gray on 27. We've got Anthony Ridgway and the gang on 38. The Crop Sprayers 37. Nicky Bowers 31. Roger Griffiths 32. Andrew Lewis on 35. Brian Farrell on the gang on 34. Donna Brown on 36. Squeaky Bob on 35. We've got Michelle Gibbons 37. Jenny Coulson on 27. We've got the Fish and Chip gang on 39. Tim Morgan 35. And it's gone off the page. Sorry. They're coming in thick and fast. Have we any other? We got Don Quixote on 39 points. Jennifer Graham 35. Pickamix 35. Dave Perry on 38. Grey Opticians 39. Only haven't dropped a point. All those teams on 39 have only dropped 1 point. Stuart Colwell 36. Ian Mills 30. We've got Foreskins on 35. We've got Big Crabby on 37. They were last Wednesday's winner. We've got Alison Charles Edwards on 32. Chris Peckard, very respectable 35. Chris, that's excellent. Especially if you're doing it on your own. I don't know whether you're doing it on your own with friends. Alex Brown on 29 for the Browns. Right then, round number 5 tonight. Basically, it's not the same as the rhyming round. All the answers begin with the same 2 letters, L and A. So, for instance, the answer might be lamb, L-A-M-B or something like that. All the answers start L-A. And I think, I'm probably wrong. I was going to say they're all, oh no. Well, I thought they're all one-word answer, with the exception of one, which is a 2-word answer. So they're all one-word answers with the exception of one. That make any sense? And they all start with the letters L and A. L and A. Right, I'll just let the Rugby Rotary Club get their score up. Of course, we've got to deduct a point from them now because they were the last to get their scores in. Right, here we go then. Question number 1. Remember, it's going to start with an L and an A. It's a one-word answer. What was an elaborate structure designed and built by Daedalus for King Minos of Crete on Knossos? Its function was to hold a Minotaur, eventually killed by the hero Theseus. So we've got the Rugby Rotary Club on 40 points. We're going to deduct 1 for being useless and getting their score in late. No, that's unfair. I would do that, but I'll get bollocked. Question number 1. What was an elaborate structure designed and built by Daedalus for King Minos of Crete at Knossos? Its function was to hold a Minotaur, eventually killed by the hero Theseus. It's a one-word answer, starts L and A. Question number 2. What name is given to the molten rock expelled by a volcano during an eruption? So what name is given to the molten rock expelled by a volcano during an eruption? Don't think you need too much conferring over that one. So the team captain can quickly write that one down. Question number 3. I'm sure our Canadian friends will get this one. What is a type of retriever gun dog? It is also the name of a northerly region of an Atlantic Canadian province. So what is the type of retriever gun dog? It is also the name of a northerly region of an Atlantic Canadian province. So you like to bring in things from around the world, just to broaden one's knowledge. Nothing better. Question number 4. Often considered as a rough sport, what is a game played between 2 teams using a small rubber ball and a long-handled stick? So often considered a rough sport, what is a game played between 2 teams using a small rubber ball and a long-handled stick? None of it. Yeah, I'm having none of it either, Great White. That's a sport I've never played. I played a few rough sports in the time, but not that one. Could be nothing worse than rugby, surely. I used to hate the damn game, but never mind. I know my brothers used to love it. Well, one of them did, or two of them. Question number 5 is a bit trickier. Question number 5. Designed by Robert Casement, what name was given to the large water wheel built into the hillside above the village of the same name on the Isle of Man? Anybody that's been to the Isle of Man, this is a big boost. It's a 2-word answer. So, designed by Robert Casement, what name was given to the large water wheel built into the hillside above the village of the same name on the Isle of Man? If anybody's been there, they will have seen this, I'm sure. That's a 2-word answer starting L-A, which helps somewhat. Are you anything special tonight, Stuart? What beer are you drinking? I am, of course, on atomic lockdown. I don't know. What about you, Chris Pickard? You'll be drinking something. Ian, I suppose you go over and watch the TT. Well, you've probably been there then. Surely got to do a bit of sightseeing whilst on the Isle of Man. Right then, question number 6. Got to start with the letters L and A. What is a London-based publishing company trading as a standalone imprint within the Penguin Group of companies? It is also the name of a small, colourful beetle. Dead easy. So what is a London-based publishing company trading as a standalone imprint within the Penguin Group of companies? It is also the name of a small, colourful beetle. Oh, Ian's on Thixtons. Have we got anybody else on anything other than Thixtons tonight? Stuart, what are you drinking, Stuart Colwell? And what about, who else will be drinking? As I said, Stuart, he's on, oh, it's a dry Sunday. Oh dear. Bath Ales Gem. Very good, Nicky. Very good indeed. I like Bath Ales. Dry Sunday? What's wrong with you, boy? How can you do the quiz properly without a beer? Guinness. Delray's on Guinness. Right, question number 7. What name is given to a shallow body of water separated from a larger body of water by barrier islands or reefs? So what name is given to a shallow body of water separated from a larger body of water by barrier islands or reefs? Oh, got Old Peculiar as well. Crop Sprayers, Purity Bunny Hop. That's a good beer as well. Purity Gold, Goat's Milk. Okay. Lansdowne IPA, El Bombero. We got some great beers on. Black coffee. Dear God. You can never win a quiz drinking black coffee. Well, maybe you can. Never been to a pub that serves black coffee during the quiz, but never mind. Right then, question number 8. It's a bit trickier. What is the 11th letter of the Greek alphabet? It is used to signify wavelength and is used on the atomic half-life pump clip, if you've ever been in the pub and tried some atomic half-life. So what is the 11th letter of the Greek alphabet? It is used to signify wavelength and is also used on the atomic half-life pump clip. Capri Sun, that sounds interesting. Green King IPA, fantastic beer. Can't go on with a good pint of Green King. Could be worse. Ooh, bother. Goes off the page. Question number 9. What name is given to an overlay on a flat surface with a layer of plastic or some other protective material? So question 9 again. What name is given to an overlay on a flat surface with a layer of plastic or some other protective film? Brewdog. I had some Brewdog the other day. Where we got, wasn't Lidl's we got Brewdog from, was it? Where did we get it from? Oh, I think it was Home Bargains. Had some, yeah, it was £1 a tin, wasn't it? Very cheap. Yeah, Brewdog's funny because if you get it at Sainsbury's, it's always £5 at least for 4 tins. I think I have seen it at £4 if you get the right thing. Chris Pickard, he's on some Belgian double IPA to be followed by a Fuller's 1845. Fair play to you, Chris. That's excellent. I wasn't always I was 13. Oh, great. I don't know, but I think that can go. I've just removed it. Not have it now. Right, you don't need rudeness on the channel at all, we're doing. Right then, finally, question number 10. Remember this, I've got to start with the letter LA. What name is given to thin, flat strips of wood, especially one of a series forming the foundation for a plaster of a wall? So what name was given to thin, flat strips of wood, especially one of a series forming a foundation for the plaster of a wall? It was well before plasterboard. So we've got people are Happy Monkey, Fruit Shoot. Got some great beers out there. Right then, I'll give you a minute just to get those down, answers to those rounds, and then we will do some marking, see how we've done with that. I don't know. Right then, anyway, sorry. I'm just reading some of the chat that's coming in. That's right, it's not being rude at least. Right then, let's just go over the answers to the previous round then. All starting LA. These were 10 answers. Not particularly tricky. So here we go then. Question number 1, what was an elaborate structure designed and built by Daedalus for King Minos? That, of course, was the labyrinth, in the vain attempt to hold back the Minotaur. Number 2, molten rock expelled by a volcano is called lava. Number 3, I was after Labrador, that area of Canadian province, and also the retriever dog. Number 4, that game I was after was called lacrosse. Number 5, it was the Laxey wheel. Well done if you got the Laxey wheel. That big water wheel on the side of Isle of Man, above the village. Number 6, of course, was Ladybird, as in the Penguin group of companies and the Beetle. Number 7 is known as a lagoon. Number 8, I was after the Greek letter lambda. Number 9, that protective material I wanted was known as a laminate. And finally, number 10, it was a lath that they used to use before they put plaster on a wall. Lath and plaster was a common thing. Right then, everybody, if you want to just send in your scores, we'll see how you've been doing in the past round before we go into the last round, which, of course, has got lots of multiple choice questions and answers. So we've got Sarah on 45, we've got Chilly Willie on 47, Anthony Ridgway 47, Tell Gray on 35, the Jackson Home Alone 6 on 48, we've got Harry Cage 47, got the Gray, Ruth Foster Fish and Chips and the Greys on 48, Keith on 48, we've got Tim Morgan 44, the famous Fiver on 48, Andrew Lewis on 44, we've got Michelle Governors 46, Ian Anthony James on 48, Paula Lewis 45, Bev Roberts on 27, Roger Griffiths 38, John W on 35, we've got Valentine, Stephen Helen on 41, Donna Brown, we've got Oh, bother. It's gone off the screen again. Sorry. It's going too fast for me to read all those. But never mind. Doing very well. Right, we've got Donna Brown on 44, Jennifer Graham on 44, Grey Opticians on 48, Leslie Barrett 48, Stuart Colwell 46, Mike Yates, very good tonight, 44, Marlene Davis 46, Jen Colson on 37.5, the Foxy Foot on 36, Jill Pugh 46, very good, Brian Farman, Farmers Old and New on 43.5, we've got Keith Abbas, Rotary Club, oh yeah, bound to be on 50, you're guessing there. We've got Claire Naidu on 44, Emil on 36, Nikki Spoke 43, the Crotch Bears 46. We've got Tom Hadley on 45, Ben Crosby on 46, Chris Packard 45, very good. Tom Hadley 43, says Great White 43. Jill Pugh 46, yes, we got that one in. Alison Charles Edwards on 46 and Alex Brown on 35 points for the Browns. Right, all scores are just about in. I will just remove. Right, we'll take that one out. Right, last round tonight then. You'll be pleased to know. We'll get there eventually. Round number 6 is general trivia. We've got 10 absolutely ridiculous general trivia questions. All I need is the right answer. If anybody gets 10 out of 10 on this round, they'll be doing well. Right then, here we go. Are we ready? Eyes down, look in. Nice. I've deleted it. Keeps coming back. Most of them keep going and then coming back. Right then, here we go. Oh, we've got the Rotary Club, surprisingly, 50 points. Here we go then. Last round tonight, as I said, is basically it's basically just general trivia. So let's start off with a dead easy one to get you going. Question number 1, nice easy one to get you going. Who, according to the old proverb, what's that? I keep taking them out, but they keep coming back. But never mind. Sorry, I've got somebody playing a little bit, but never mind. Right, let's start again. Sorry, didn't miss me. I'm sure they will do. Oh, I see. Oh yes. Will people? Can everybody just remove flipsy memes, please? Don't talk to flipsy memes. Otherwise, you'll get replies, which is not what we want. Can everybody just delete flipsy memes that keeps coming up in the chat thing as best you can? Don't reply to them, otherwise we're in trouble. Right then, here we go then. Question 1. According to the old proverb, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with what? So according to the old proverb, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with what? This is round 6, final round. No, it's just a general trivia round. Round number 6 is a general trivia round. Dead easy. Question number 2. What tool is often used in woodworking for rapidly removing excess material? It is also a name used to describe a loud and explosive expulsion of trapped wind. So what tool is often used in woodworking for rapidly removing excess material? It is also a name used to describe a loud and explosive expulsion of trapped wind. Sure, we all got that one straight away, didn't we? Question number 3. Bit trickier. The metallic element copper is named after what? I'll give you the choice. You've got 3 choices. Is it an island in the Mediterranean, the astronomer Copernicus, or a coin minted during the reign of King Kryptos, the last king of Byzantium? So question 3 again. The metallic element copper is named after what? I'll give you the choice. An island of the Mediterranean, the astronomer Copernicus, or a coin minted during the reign of King Kryptos, the last king of Byzantium. Oh, question number 4, sorry. What was the first name of Aloysius and nickname? Sorry, let's start again. With the first name Aloysius and the nickname Nosy, what is the surname of a fictional character introduced in a British mid-1960s Super Marionation television series? So with the first name Aloysius and the nickname Nosy, what is the surname of a fictional character which was introduced in a British mid-1960s Super Marionation television series? Dead easy one, that. Question number 5 is even easier. What number is on the opposite face of the number 6 on a standard dice? So what number is on the opposite face of the number 6 on a standard dice? I'm sure John does know that much. We'll see. Question number 6. Despite not having the letter K in its name, which Asian country has K as its international vehicle registration code because of its former name? So despite not having the letter K in its name, which Asian country has K as its international vehicle registration code because of its former name? Now that's a bit tricky. Right, we seem to have got rid of the annoying chat. So now we've got normal people chatting again. So do feel free to put some comments on about anything, any questions you want or anything you don't want. Any rounds you prefer rather than my stupid rounds. Right, question number 7. Listen carefully, this is a good one. Released on December the 1st, 1998, Chef from South Park had a #1 hit with which song? I'll give you the choice. Is it, oh no, that's even spelt wrong. Hang on, I need to go back. Hell. Probably my spell check trying to read because the word doesn't exist. So I'll give you the choice. Was it treacled covered sausage, jam peppered melons, or salty chocolate balls? So released on the 1st of December, 1998, Chef from South Park had a #1 hit with which song? I'll give you the choice. Was it treacle covered sausage, jam peppered melons, or salty chocolate balls? I'm sure you'll all get that one. Question number 8 is a bit trickier. "36 miles shorter than the M6. What is the second longest motorway in the United Kingdom?" I'll give you the choice. So 36 miles shorter than the M6. What is the second longest motorway in the United Kingdom? I gave you the choice. Was it the M1, the M4, or the M5? Now, that's a tricky one. So 36 miles shorter than the M6 motorway. What is the second longest motorway in the United Kingdom? I'll give you the choice. Is it the M1, the M4, or the M5? Question number 8. Dead easy, this one. What was the name of Mork's home planet in the TV show Mork and Mindy? So question number 9. What was the name of Mork's home planet on the TV show Mork and Mindy? And as we wrap the quiz up with the final question of the night, let's see who can get this one right. Dead easy, this one. What question am I on? Am I on the last one? Yeah, this is question number 10. Question number 10. What is a pseudoscience performed by examining crevices and folds of a person's buttocks? I'll give you the choice. There's 3 possible answers. Is it rumpology, bumology, or arsology? So what is a pseudoscience performed by examining crevices and folds on a person's buttocks? I'll give you the choice. Is it rumpology, bumology, or arsology? Come on, Roy, you should know that one. You must study men's buttocks all the time. So question 10 again. What is a pseudoscience performed by examining crevices and folds of a person's buttocks? I'll give you the choice again. Was it rumpology, bumology, or arsology? Case for the bottom inspectors. Well, of course, yeah, there are all sorts of pseudosciences for examining the body, phrenology for the skull, soulology apparently for study of the feet. So all we need to know is the one of study. Yes, it could be Uranusology. That's when they discovered there were rings around Uranus, or moons behind Uranus, or anything else to do with Uranus. Anyway, yes, thanks everybody for tonight's quiz. Let's see how you've all done. Some final scores in, please. I'm expecting. Oh no, Paul, wait a minute. I haven't given the answers, have I? Sorry. Oh, cracks me up. Nice one. Dinner, 5th Street. Yes. Study of one's buttocks, eh? What a great science that must be. Would you imagine sitting down watching somebody's buttocks and trying to determine their character or whatever else from their buttocks? Oh, well, maybe, maybe not. Right, how have we all fared? Hang on, no, I'm just going to go. I'm just asking how you fared. I didn't say I've given you the answers yet. Here we go then. Round number 6 is general trivia. I've got the moaning at me because I haven't given you the answers so far. So, anyway. Right, here we go then. General trivia. Round number 1. According to the old proverb, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, of course. Question number 2. A tool that is used in woodworking for rapidly removing excess material. Also, the name used to describe a loud and explosive expulsion of trapped wind is a rasp, of course. Number 3, the metallic element copper is named after the island of Cyprus. not after the astronomer Copernicus or the King Crypto the First of Byzantium that was actually made up. Question number 4, Aloysius, a nickname Nosy. Of course, it was Parker, as in Lady Penelope and Parker. Aloysius Parker in Thunderbirds. Number 5, what number is the opposite face from the number 6? It always adds up to number 7, of course, the opposite sides of the die, so it's number 1, which is what I was after. Number 6 was the tricky one. Despite not having the letter K in its name, which Asian country has K as its international vehicle registration? That is Cambodia, because it was formerly known as Kampuchea. So well done if you worked that out. Cambodia, previously known as Kampuchea with a K. Number 7, of course, was chocolate salty balls, not treacle-covered sausage or jam-peppered melons, but it was chocolate salty balls. Number 8, 36 miles shorter than the M6. The motorway we wanted was the M1, of course. Number 9, it was Mork from Ork. His home planet was Ork, so Mork from Ork. And finally, number 10, the pseudoscience performing the examining of crevices and folds on a person's buttocks is better known, well, it can't be arseology, can it? Better known as rumpology. Rumpology, well done if you got that. Right then, let's see if we've got some scores in tonight. I will post some scores onto the other scores that I've already had over the last few weeks, and we'll see who's towards the top of the board. Sorry we had some people joining in with the chat that was spoiling things for people, but never mind. It puts me off a bit when I see people posting silly things. It's a bit awkward. Anyway, we've got Sarah with 52 in the gang. Fantastic. Telgray with 42. Don Quixote, 58. That's a great score. Helen Steve Valentine on 49. Dave Perry on 8. We've got Graham Gifford on 50. Well done. 56, Chris Beat. 58, Chili Willy. Great. Tim Morgan, 50. Donna Brown, 50. We've got 41 for Robert Ago. It's 35, Bev, 52. Oh, my God. Sorry, I'm going too fast again. I'm going off my screen. Where have I got to? So, we've got Home Alone on 55. Anthony Ridgway, 56. Pitts Carol Jackson. We've got Great Opticians on 55. Ian Towns on 50. We've got Nicky Bowers, 45. John W., thanks for a great evening. Cheers, John. Thank you. 40 points. Martin Davis, 55. Ian Miller with 43. We've got the Fans 5, 56. Great score. Andrew Lewis, 48. Jen Colson and the Lincoln Gang, 41. Well done. Harry and Julie on 55. Ruth Foster, 56. That's a great score. We've got Grizzly Rascals on 56. It's got off my screen. Where have we got to? Julie Willie. Oh, bother, I'm passing those. Crops Flyers, 54. Leslie Barrett, 56. Jill Pugh, 51. Ben Crosby, 54. The Giffords, well done. Well done, Stephen, Jill. And, yeah, some great scores anyway. Thank you all. Well, thanks everybody for taking part. I hope you all enjoyed it. We will be doing a quiz on Wednesday night. An equally stupid standard of quiz question, I'm sure. But I'll try and keep you all entertained. Make sure you've got plenty of beer down because you need it when you're watching me for an hour. Yes, thanks, Faye. In answer, yeah, Rugby Rotary Club, too late. They've been disqualified. Squeaker Bob, 52. Great White with 50. Martin Davis, thanks. See you another week. Thank you, Martin. It does slip quietly by, doesn't it? Well, very quickly by, actually. Chris Pickard with 52. That's great. Thanks, Chris. Great White. Thank you from Canada, our Canadian friends. Thank you, everybody that's taken part tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it. Yeah, Rugby Rotary Club on 63. Clearly cheating. So, enough of that one. Anyway, great to see you all. We will see you, some of you, Wednesday night. And if you can't do Wednesday night at the same time, again, we will be back on. Thanks, Kate. Nice to see you as well. I will be back on for next Sunday night's quiz. Sunday night seems to be quite popular. I don't know why it's still more popular than Wednesday, but there we have it. It's one of those. I expect we don't go out on Wednesday nights to the pub, do we, really? But never mind. So, yeah, we have our RRC Rugby Rotary Club on 56, so we should be able to now tell which winners we've got. No, they're not on 63. So we've got 56. We've got a few 56s, I think. We've got anybody beat a 56. We've got Chris Beat on 56. I'll just go through, see whether we've got anybody who can beat a 56. Chris Beat's on a 56. We have Race Opticians 55. Got Famous 5 on 56. Fish and Chips and the Greys on 56. With Foster, very good scores. Paul 55, so we've got a number of 55s. Chili Willy on 56. Well done, Chili. We've got Leslie Barrett on 56. Well done. We've got 56 twice there. We've got some 50. We've got plenty of 50, a few 55. I will post the scores online anyway tomorrow, and just if anybody's on Facebook, I'll stick the top 10 scores on. But I think 56 is a winning score tonight. I'll add those to your scores over the previous few weeks, and we'll see where we fare on Wednesday night. All right. So good night, and thank you very much, everybody. Do enjoy the rest of your evening. It's time for our tea. So great to see you all, and thank you very much. I'm signing off now. So I hope to see you, should we say, on Wednesday night. If you're still about and you want to do some more quizzing, that's totally up to you. Thanks, everybody, and good night. Ah dear. Are you sure we're ending the stream? Yes, we're going to end the stream now. Good night, all.